A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. That's what my dad sang every time we would go on a road trip as we would leave. But you couldn't do it until after you went to the post office on the way out of town. And what did we just do?
We just went to the post office on the way out of town.
Some things, they're just ingrained.
You do not fall that far from the tree.
So our nest is emptied again, and we are now headed out to the southwest now instead of the southeast. But tonight we are... All right, it is 29 degrees in the middle of nowhere, Texas, somewhere near Sonora. So I have now my like 5 layers on, and I can go outside and walk the Ruby. Ruby, do you think it's cold? I don't care. I just want to go outside. We're hiking a trail on the Sul Ross University campus in 40-degree weather. Beautiful. Kind of clouds way back there, but like just gorgeous blue sky.
Some students here at Sul Ross dragged this up the mountain, and then they decided that it was a good place to study and to hang out, and so it became kind of a thing that kids would hang out here with this view, which is an amazing view. And then people started signing notebooks, or signing the desk and then signing notebooks. So it's kind of a place to check in.
First night with a Harvest Toast.
Yes, we're going to the Wasserman Ranch, which evidently they have like kangaroos and alpacas and things like that.
Then the next morning, Heidi took us around, showed us all of her animals. She was so knowledgeable about all of them. They all had names.
Yeah. He came to us in August. He's an 8-year-old dromedary bull.
Oop, that's lovely.
Currently in rut, which explains the black behind his ears. That's a gland.
Okay.
Apparently the ladies like it.
Oh.
I'm trying to get your glands, dude. Showing off for the ladies.
How old do camels live to be?
They can go 30 pretty easy.
Carl. What's he tasty?
So, Dottie Llama, Annie East, this is Pearl. Pearl was born here. And then that one over there is Sally. She's a Surrey. Did you see the Surrey alpacas? They grow out like mops. Or these guys grow out like cotton balls. And the Surrey alpaca is even finer than regular alpaca.
Carl's chasing the cat.
So here you have the miniature back there. The 2 white jennies are standard, and then the 2 girls in the middle are mammoth donkeys. Are you familiar with mammoths?
No, but they're big.
Mammoth donkeys go back to George Washington's day.
Oh, wow.
He gets a lot of the credit for developing the breed. They were bred with huge draft horses to make big mules, because mules were the work animals back then. And today, mammoth donkeys are critically endangered.
Oh, wow.
Probably less than 2,000. And that's Spur. He's in his 20s. Miniature horse. He's great. So you get to see like his legs are very
stocky
and it's
and
a
fuzzy.
14-hand donkey. So he's a little grabby. You got to know where his mouth is. He's beautiful.
And what type did you say he was?
It's a Poitou.
And she was super friendly, and then we went and bought stuff at their store in downtown Alpine. Downtown's being gracious when you talk about Alpine. But anyway, it was a pretty little town. And we bought alpaca yarn, and I've got like 4 skeins now. So in about 4 or 5 years, based on how most of my projects go, Neil will have a beanie hat. Alpine, Texas wins for cutest little visitor center I've ever seen.
It's designed for little kids.
You are so cute. Doesn't appreciate your cuteness.
Mosaic. This is cool. It's like whatever the power pole has all these mosaics on it, tiles. That's a pretty cool. There's a bunch of different ones.
Oh yeah, javelinas that stick out.
Yeah, that one's neat. I like this one. This one I think is From Paradise to Calamity Creek.
Austin is weird, but Alpine is far out.
That's what it said.
That's what the sign said.
Oh, this is like some restaurant. That other shipping container is kind of in the way.
It is.
It's like it's censoring it.
Yeah, there was like this art installation was brought here for like an art invitational a couple years ago called the Marfa Invitational, and it's there are people that like it and people that don't like it.
Well, that's art.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. It what?
It cost $200,000 to build.
$200,000 to put a bunch of shipping containers together?
Yeah.
Do other states have cookies with their state shape on them?
I don't think so.
Just wondering. It's 21 degrees outside. That's pretty.
It's pretty.
I guess this is where Giant was filmed. We're down by a river? A dry gulch that possibly sometimes has water in it? We're at the McDonald Amphitheater. No.
McDonald Observatory.
We're at the McDonald Observatory. There are no cows. And we are headed toward this star party in literally freezing degree weather. I'm not just being hyperbolic. You know what I mean. That is where we were last night. McDonald Observatory. We are now on a mountain in Fort Davis State Park. We kind of had a slow day. Met some people. Did some rig exchanging tours. And now we're going up the scenic Skyline Drive. All right. Neil has to do some work. So we're going to go on a hike. So the plan was that I was going to meet Neil at the next little observatory thing that I thought that's where the trail led. But the trail didn't seem to lead there. I promise, I've been on the trail the whole time. Everything said trail, follow the trail. And Neil is somewhere up there. And now I'm down here without cell service. I'm not quite sure how we're going to hook back up, but we'll figure it out. I had a brief moment of service, so my text went through. So now Neil knows we are going back to the bottom and we will meet him there. All is not lost. Now I can enjoy the hike a lot more. It's a pretty hike. As long as you're not worried you'll never see your husband again. We got this. We got this. Come on. You can do it. Just like we planned it.
I was worried I wasn't going to be able to find you.
I was worried a little too. So apparently we were here. I was supposed to be going this way to meet him here. But when I got in my trail, I ended up going that way and met him down here. I'm not very good at these map things. In my defense, I didn't actually have the map with me. I just looked at it and then stupidly left the map in the truck. Ruby is not happy with the lack of grass for her to pee and poop on. She keeps trying to find some and It just ain't here. Today I get to ride with the crockpot at my feet for some yummy potato ham cheese soup tonight. This morning when I went to turn the inverter off, I couldn't get the screen to work, and I just like, oh wait, whatever. Neil was outside, we were almost packed up. We just thought, okay, maybe I just mispressed something or whatever. And then we're at the random gas station in somewhere Arizona. We stopped and we went to go turn on the lights for lunch and realized, no, it ain't working right. We're not quite sure what's yet. So we're gonna figure it out. I'm not dropping the screws.
That would be preferred, yes.
Well, apparently I didn't need to climb into the morgue. There was just a knob by the door that was turned. But anyway, well, it is what it is. But while I'm here, we're going to fix the truck not charging problem, because the truck has not been charging the thing for the last few days. We figured out what the problem is, but we can't fix it right now. So currently we're
taking a detour.
Indulging Vera's whim and going to Tombstone, because I'm your Huckleberry, and we're gonna see what we have to see. And of course we're also listening to songs about Arizona, much to Neil's chagrin. Tombstone was interesting. It is completely a tourist trap. They have figured out some way to make money, and that money is on people coming and seeing all about all the movies that were made about this area and Wyatt Earp and the OK Corral. And we went into the OK Corral and we saw where it all went down. It was fun, and it was sweet of Neil to just go on my whim out of town onto Tombstone, because he knows that I absolutely adore the movie Tombstone and Val Kilmer, and I'm your Huckleberry. I have one question. Who's your Huckleberry?
You are.
That's right, I'm your Huckleberry. So we arrived after dark, bought our pass, and now are just exploring at night. The road, the sign said the road was open until 8:30, and it is only 6:25.
There's still a little bit of light.
Yeah, we can see some things. It's neat seeing the town far away. Oh, pretty sunset back behind us.
Yeah.
So the potatoes are not quite cooked yet. So we're going to
Improvise.
improvise, yes. Improvise, that's the term. So the soup might not have worked because of all sorts of craziness, and I might now be eating crackers with peanut butter for dinner, and he's going to have a peanut butter jelly sandwich. But you can't really beat the view.
So last night we had the most beautiful view at the place that we set up to sleep for the night. The only problem was it was on the side of a mountain overlooking Tucson. The only problem was that the wind gusts were like 60 miles an hour at the top of this mountain, and so all night long the camper was shaking, and it was pretty scary. We were on the side of a cliff, and it was shaking like crazy.
It really is some gorgeous, in a weird way, scenery. Like, if any one thing you look at, not so pretty. When you take it all together, it can be really gorgeous.
It's surprisingly colorful, like the purple things that I've never seen purple stuff like this in the desert. We're at Sabino Canyon, and we're doing a little short, the Bajada Trail hike, and then we're going to take the tram through the canyon.
That comes from the truck into the camper, so that while we're driving down the road we can be charging our batteries. We got some propane and wire from Tractor Supply, and now I'm learning to splice wire.
So
I put this.
Yeah, and be careful because it's going to be real hot, so don't burn other things.
Okay.
So if you can,
It meant like up here.
Yeah.
And just I'm melting just
You're melting all three. See how they're like the red globs?
Yeah.
You're melting the red globs, and the metal should melt too.
A little bit of wiggle
All right,
room
and
here.
so what you're going to do is you're going to get to leave a little bit of slack, but get it about the right length, and then you'll cut it with those wire cutters, and then you'll strip it with the 18.
All right, let's put it over here because that's going to go around there, and then I'll put it up into there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go with this.
Okay.
Because I can always cut more.
Wire cutters are right there.
I remember the problem with this last time is that then the things all separate.
All right, so
I got it. Just a second. Let me see. I can see what I'm doing. When I do put the phone there to see what I'm doing, it then doesn't give me enough space, but it helped me see at least see what I was trying to do. I give up. He's coming in. This sucker's annoying. I hate that thing.
it's been a long day.
Yes, today has not been one of our better days. Things have kept going wrong. We did fix the DC to DC because after I climbed in, he climbed in and he could get the screwdriver to turn. We're now at our second harvest host and it's a little sketchy. We're going to try to redeem all of it by going and winning at trivia.
That's right.
And we ended up not winning, which was sad. We like winning at trivia.
Yes. We are in Saguaro National Park in the daylight. We're in the western one, which is not Rincon Mountain, and I'm not sure what this one's actually called.
Tucson Mountains, I believe.
Is it Tucson Mountains? Okay.
What?
Oh, that is cool.
Looks, that's the skeleton of a saguaro. I can't say that stupid word.
Saguaro.
Saguaro. Way down there. I did turn off the camera for some of the trip up here because I didn't want you to see how hard I was struggling on those stairs and how much I was going. This is a high point of Hugh Norris Trail. The wind has really picked up as we've been coming down. You can see a dust cloud coming up on the other side. And then we left Saguaro National Park. Ruby, look what we found. Aren't you excited? Are you so excited we found grass? This is where we're camping for the night, on some BLM land. That's our dog. To beautiful Lake Havasu City, where we are now parked on BLM land in just some random spot with other RVs and other random spots, and where Neil gets accosted for being FBI agents. So how was your walk?
It was great until I got close to the end, and as I was walking my way back, I walked past a tent around this hill over here that I'd walked by earlier. I mean, I'm on the road and he's probably 50 yards off the road, but his dogs come out and they're barking and he starts yelling and cussing at his dogs, and I'm starting to get prepared for maybe I'm going to have to kick the dogs if they're going to attack me. And then he starts accosting me about how I'm being paid by the government to spy on him and how I should go get a real job and leave him alone, and yells at me and films me for a good, 10 minutes as I'm walking down the road.
And then we get to see this beautiful sunset behind us. after we have seen London Bridge and everything. And don't forget to like and follow us as we head to Death Valley tomorrow. Tonight we're in a van down by a rainbow.